Did you ever wonder how Christmas became the magical holiday we celebrate today? From ancient traditions to modern festivities, the story of Christmas is rich with history, culture, and transformations over centuries. Join me as we unravel the fascinating origins of this beloved celebration, from its roots to its journey around the world. Long before Christmas as we know it, midwinter celebrations were deeply rooted in the practices of ancient cultures around the world. These celebrations mark the transition of the seasons, a time when the darkness of winter gave way to the return of light, symbolizing renewal and hope. One of the earliest influences comes from the Roman festival of Saturnalia. This week-long festival, held in mid-December, was dedicated to Saturn, the god of agriculture and time. It was a period of revelry where societal norms were overturned. Slaves and masters often switched roles, and gift-giving was a common practice. Homes were adorned with greenery, feasts were abundant, and joy spread throughout the city as people celebrated the bounty and warmth amidst the cold of winter. The influence of Saturnalia on Christmas traditions is undeniable. The practice of gift-giving, feasting, and the general atmosphere of goodwill during this time echoes in today's Christmas celebrations. Meanwhile, in Northern Europe, the Norse and Germanic tribes celebrated Yule, an event that began on the winter solstice and lasted up to 12 days. Central to the Yule festivities was the lighting of the Yule log, a large piece of wood burned to symbolize the sun's return and its promise of longer days ahead. Feasting, drinking, and storytelling were integral to this celebration as families gathered to endure the long winter nights. Evergreens such as holly, ivy, and mistletoe played a significant role in these pagan traditions. These plants were revered as symbols of life and resilience, thriving even during the harsh winters. Mistletoe, in particular, was considered sacred by the Druids and associated with fertility, protection, and renewal. These associations found their way into later Christmas customs, where greenery became a staple of holiday decoration. In other parts of the world, similar celebrations marked the winter solstice. The ancient Egyptians honored the sun god Ra, and during the darkest days they believed that Ra's recovery from illness symbolized the return of light. They adorned their homes with green palm rushes to symbolize life and triumph. In ancient Persia, the festival of Yalda celebrated the victory of light over darkness, with gatherings, poetry, and special foods marking the occasion. Even in Mesoamerica, the winter solstice held great significance. The Mayans and Aztecs observed festivals tied to their agricultural cycles, focusing on the rebirth of light and life during this pivotal time of the year. These diverse celebrations, though unique in their cultural expressions, share a unifying theme: the triumph of light and renewal amidst darkness. They laid the foundation for many of the elements we now associate with Christmas: festivities, symbolic decorations, and a sense of community. As Christianity began to spread, early church leaders recognized the importance of these well-established traditions. By aligning the celebration of Jesus Christ's birth with these midwinter festivals, they successfully merged pagan customs with Christian theology, ensuring the acceptance and continuation of the new holiday. The story of Christmas as a Christian celebration begins in the 4th century, when church leaders decided to commemorate the birth of Jesus Christ on December 25th. This date was not chosen randomly. Many historians believe it coincided with pre-existing midwinter festivals, making the integration of Christian beliefs into traditional practices more seamless for newly converted followers. The Bible does not specify the exact date of Jesus' birth, leaving early Christians free to decide on an appropriate time for the celebration. December 25th was strategically aligned with the Roman festival of Sol Invictus, or the unconquered sun, which celebrated the winter solstice and the rebirth of the sun. By associating Jesus Christ with the light of the world, the early church conveyed the symbolism of hope, salvation, and new beginnings. In addition to the symbolism, adopting this date helped ease the transition for those accustomed to pagan celebrations. While the core focus shifted to the nativity of Jesus, many cultural elements, such as feasting, decorating, and community gatherings, persisted and blended into Christian practices. Early celebrations of Christmas were largely religious, marked by solemn church services, hymns, and prayer. Over time, however, local customs began shaping how the holiday was observed. For example, the Midnight Mass, a cherished Christmas tradition, originated in this era as a spiritual reflection on the significance of Christ's birth. Throughout the centuries, the nativity story became central to Christmas celebrations. Iconography, such as the creche or nativity scene, emerged in medieval times to visually represent the events of Jesus' birth. Saint Francis of Assisi is credited with popularizing the nativity scene in the 13th century, bringing the story to life for communities through live enactments. As Christianity spread across Europe and beyond, regional variations in Christmas celebrations emerged. Despite these differences, the universal message of peace and hope resonated deeply. By the time of the medieval era, Christmas had grown into a significant religious and cultural event, celebrated with joy and reverence. Thus, the birth of Christmas as a Christian celebration represents both a continuation and a transformation of humanity's ancient quest to find light amidst darkness. It became a powerful blend of faith, tradition, and cultural heritage, inspiring unity and love through the ages. The story of Saint Nicholas is one of the most enduring legacies tied to Christmas, offering a glimpse into how a historical figure became a beloved holiday icon. Born around 280 AD in the town of Patara, located in modern-day Turkey, Saint Nicholas was known for his piety, generosity, and deep compassion for those in need. As a young man, Nicholas inherited significant wealth after the death of his parents. However, he chose to use his fortune to help the less fortunate, becoming a symbol of altruism and kindness. His acts of generosity were often performed in secret, earning him a reputation as a mysterious benefactor. One of the most famous tales about Nicholas tells of a poor man with three daughters. The man could not afford dowries for his daughters, making it impossible for them to marry. According to legend, Nicholas secretly delivered 3 bags of gold coins into the man's home under the cover of night, ensuring the daughters could marry and avoid being sold into servitude. In some versions of the story, Nicholas dropped the gold down the chimney, a detail that many believe contributed to the modern legend of Santa Claus. Nicholas became the Bishop of Myra, where he continued to perform miracles and acts of kindness, gaining widespread veneration for his saintly deeds. Stories of his miracles spread far and wide, earning him the title of Saint Nicholas the Wonder Worker. He passed away on December 6th, around 343 AD, and this date became known as Saint Nicholas Day, a day of celebration in his honor. The transformation of Saint Nicholas into Santa Claus took centuries and involved a blend of cultural influences. In the Netherlands, he became known as Sinterklaas, celebrated on December 5th with the giving of gifts to children. Dutch settlers brought the tradition of Sinterklaas to America, where it eventually evolved into Santa Claus. In 1823, the poem A Visit from Saint Nicholas, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," by Clement Clarke Moore, further cemented the image of Santa Claus as a jolly, gift-giving figure who traveled in a sleigh pulled by reindeer. By the late 19th century, artist Thomas Nast's illustrations established the modern image of Santa Claus, complete with his iconic red suit, white beard, and twinkling eyes. Today, St. Nicholas's legacy lives on in the spirit of generosity and goodwill that defines the Christmas season. From his humble beginnings as a compassionate bishop to his transformation into a global symbol of joy and giving, St. Nicholas embodies the heart of what makes Christmas so magical. In the Middle Ages, Christmas was marked by feasting, singing, and religious observances. The Puritan era temporarily suppressed the holiday, deeming it too indulgent. The Victorian era revived Christmas with traditions like the Christmas tree, popularized by Queen Victoria and Prince Albert, and Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, which emphasized family, charity, and festivity. This period cemented many modern traditions, blending old customs with a renewed sense of warmth and joy. Christmas customs vary globally. In Germany, Christmas markets and Advent calendars bring joy. In Mexico, Las Posadas reenacts Mary and Joseph's journey. In the Philippines, the Giant Lantern Festival showcases dazzling paroles, while in Sweden, St. Lucia's Day honors light in the winter darkness. These diverse traditions add richness to the holiday, reflecting its global appeal and adaptability across cultures. Today, Christmas is a blend of the sacred and the secular, celebrated by people of all backgrounds. Decorations, family gatherings, and community activities create a magical atmosphere. Iconic symbols like the Christmas tree, Stockings and the imagery of Santa Claus dominate the season, bringing joy to millions. Technology has also added to the celebrations. From virtual greetings to dazzling holiday light displays, synced to music, modern Christmas is both nostalgic and innovative. Christmas, at its core, is a celebration of hope, unity, and love. Whether you gather with family, exchange gifts, or simply enjoy the warmth of the season, the spirit of Christmas reminds us of what truly matters: kindness and togetherness.